So good afternoon, students, and our second topic of our Path 362, the integrated disease management, that is important plant pathogenic organism, which causes the plant diseases, and with the example of the diseases caused by them. Plant diseases are classified on the basis of type of pathogenic or non-pathogenic causes of the disease. The classification is based on the plant pathogenic organism as follows. Particularly, there are three types: parasites, in which we can count as, or we can include the biotic agents. They includes both biotic and mesobiotic agent, in particularly case of the parasites. And the second is B factor, that is non-parasitic or abiotic agent or abiotic causes. So if you see carefully in case of these parasites, so biotic agent or a biotic cause, they are also called as animate cause. They are also living organism or biotic agents, means which comes under the living organism, then it is known to be the biotic agents, which categorize under parasites. So biotic agents also categorize into two, that is prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. So the prokaryotes, first of all, A, that is true bacteria, which causes the diseases of citrus canker, means probacteria which doesn't having any well-defined nucleus. If you see, I think you have studied earlier in the third semester, that is prokaryote is which does not having any well-defined nucleus. And in case of eukaryotes, so particularly in case of fungus, so well-defined nucleus. So in case of prokaryotes A, B, and C, you can find here the A is true bacteria, complete bacterial cell that having the infection over the plants. Example is citrus canker. B, that is the rickettsia-like bacteria, that known as a rickettsia-like organism or a rickettsia-like bacteria, RLB. The examples of the diseases are citrus greening or the Pierce disease of grape. And the third prokaryote, that is mollicutes or wall-less prokaryotes. So examples are mycoplasma-like organism, that is MLOs, that causing the infection disease, that is Sesame phyllodes, or eggplant, that is causing the little leaf of the brinjal. And second in the mollicutes, that is pyroplasma, which causing the corn smut or citrus stubborn disease. So if you particularly see in case of prokaryotes, so bacteria involves, rickettsia-like bacteria involves, and the mollicutes, that is mycoplasma and the spiroplasma. These components are to be the major in the biotic factor which comes under the prokaryotes. Now about the eukaryotes having the development of unicellular, synocytic or multicellular with little or no differentiating cells and tissues and well-defined nucleus. So these are having fungi, protozoa, algae, and basically these are comes under the protists. And the B point, that is plants, and the C is animals. So first of all, we will start with the protists, that is comes under first categorized is fungi. All fungal group which causing the infection to the plants, maybe from the roots up till the directly to the leafy portion or the all the tissues, so comes under the fungal group, eukaryote protists. And example, one of the example is wilt of cotton. Second eukaryote, that is protozoa, that causes the heart rot of coconut. And the third is algae, so the algal genus which causing the red rust of mango. So these three eukaryotes comes under protists. So they are fungi, protozoa, and algae. Now the second eukaryote, that is plants, that is parasitic flowering plants or phanerogamic parasite, that is broom wrap of tobacco, then cuscuta in mango. So there are so many other loranthus in mango, sorry. So there are so many parasitic flowering plants are there which having the suction of the nutrition by parasitized on the flowering plants as well as the forest plant or maybe some fruit plants. So it comes under the category of eukaryotes plants, that is flowering plant parasite, cuscuta, orobanche, or broom wrap, loranthus. And the third or C, that is comes under the animals eukaryotes. So multicellular extensive differentiation of the cell and tissues, which known to be the major aspect, that is nematodes. The root knot nematodes, which causing the root knot nematodes, which is majorly infection over the wheat crops, and also same other on the some of the vegetables also. So, and fruits also. So majorly causing all the nematodes, angina, like which causing the ear cockle disease in the wheat. So that is comes under the eukaryotes animals, that is nematodes causing the infection. So biotic agents or biotic cause, which are the prokaryotes, eukaryotes. In case of prokaryotes, Trubacteria, Rickettsia, mollicutes, Mycoplasma, Spiroplasma. In case of eukaryote, that is protists, fungi, protozoa, algae, plants, that is parasitic plant parasitic flowering parasites, and the animal, which includes the nematode. These are about the biotic agent. Now we are moving towards the mesobiotic agent or mesobiotic cause of the disease. They includes viruses and viroids. They are infectious agents. They can crystallize and are considered non-living, but their multiplication in the living plants ensure that they are living. Hence, they are called as mesobiotic agents. What happens? They are known to be the virus. Simple definition of the virus is living and non-living. When the virus is outside the host, then it is considered as a non-living, and when it is inside the host, it multiplies rapidly to show it is a living entity. So that's why it comes under both viruses as well as the viroid. It comes under the mesobiotic agent or mesobiotic cause. If you see the viruses, example is there are so many viral infectious diseases in the plant pathology. But one example is yellow mosaic of black gram, also tobacco mosaic virus, you can take the example. And in case of viroids, that is spindle tuber disease of potato, that is infection which is caused by the viroid. So this is about the mesobiotic agent, which comes under the biotic factor, sorry, biotic subpoints, biotic causes, mesobiotic and the biotic. And the second part, that is comes under non-parasite. This comes under parasite, biotic agent, parasite mesobiotic agent. And the non-parasites or abiotic agent or abiotic causes known to be, they are also called as a non-infectious or physiological disorder when no pathogen is found cultured from the transmitted from the disease plant, then the disease is said to be caused by non-living or environmental factors. If there is not any biotic cause, means no pathogen involved, no mesobiotic cause, means no virus or no viroid involved, then if you see some kind of change in the normal physiology of the plant in absence of biotic as well as mesobiotic cause, then it comes under the non-parasitic disease or abiotic cause. What are they? The too low or too high temperature, lack of excess of soil moisture, lack of excess of light, lack of oxygen, air pollution, mineral deficiencies or toxicities, soil acidity or alkalinity, toxicity of pesticides, and improper agricultural practices. Okay, if in the field, if there is a temperature fluctuation, so it may be cause some kind of factors, or maybe some drying of the leaves, or maybe sometimes blindness to the leaves. So these factors related with too low or too high temperature. It's a certain kind of average temperature which is required for the normal physiology of the plant. So too high temperature maybe causes the scorching of the leaves, so it comes under the disease. Then lack or excess of soil moisture maybe causes the wilting of the plant. Then lack of excess of light also causing the scorching or blindness of the leaves. Lack of oxygen also causes the reduction in the development of the tissue of the plant. Air pollution or some of the toxic gases in the atmosphere, maybe some of the deposition of some powder based air polluted on the leafy surface of the leaf. You can see near to the any industrial area, so it may be causes the scorching to the leaf, so it comes under the disease. Mineral deficiencies or toxicities, when there are major and minor minerals are there, nutritional factors are there. If any fertilizer is very deficiency is there in the soil, so certain kind of factors can be seen in case of symptoms, yellowing of the leaves, or maybe some kind of vein clearing, vein bending. So these kind of symptoms can be seen in the leaves of the plant. So it comes under non-parasitic or abiotic causes. Then soil acidity, alkalinity adversely affect on the development of the plant. Toxicity of pesticide, heavy adversely indiscriminate dose of the pesticide also occurs or causes the adverse effect on the development of the leaves. And the last is improper agricultural practices. Whatever the practices, technically well-designed practices which is given to the any particular crop, and fertigation is there, irrigation is there, so other tools and implements to be used proper, proper timing is there. So if it is improperly used, so it will be adversely affect on the development of the plant, which is to be included as a sickness of the plant, and it is considered as a disease development in the plant. So this is about the non-parasitic or abiotic agents or abiotic causes which is to be causes the diseases to the plant. So this is about our second lecture number 3rd, that important plant pathogenic organism, that is parasites. Parasites includes the biotic agent, mesobiotic agents, and non-parasite, that is abiotic agent, which is more related with the environmental factor. If you see below that, fungi, bacteria, viruses, viroids, phytoplasma, algae, there is a definition which I have given extra data for you for your study purpose. The definitions are there, you have to read it, and there is not a part of this third topic. There is extra terms or terminologies I have given on that page. So after that, in tomorrow's lecture, next lecture, we are going to discuss about the lecture number 4, that is economic importance and losses caused by plant diseases, maybe tomorrow. So thank you for now.